Good afternoon and welcome to the press conference, and so glad to have you. Appreciate you being here with that weather. I'll try not to go very long so you can get back doing your writings and certainly getting ready for the basketball game tonight. We want to wish the Mountaineer men a very successful outing tonight. I'm just going to be very brief and basic as I've been in terms of I'll go by the group. You all have those credentials in front of you. And that way, if you have any questions about anybody or regarding anyone, please ask as best you may. We signed 17 young men, and we have 9 on offense and 8 on defense. Looking at the offensive signees, there's 4 offensive linemen. Tall, big guys that can run, good athleticism. Came out of really good programs, and we like these 4 young linemen very well. 1 tight end, a local youngster down the road in Charleston, and we can talk about him in just a second. 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers, 2 big guys that can stretch the field and get length, try to get deep and things of that nature. Running backs are both tremendous athletes. They have outstanding statistics, and they've played in great programs, been in winning programs, and so we're very excited about that. Our offensive side of the ball we felt really good about. Defensively, that excites me even more. We have 3 defensive linemen. It's very, very difficult in today's college scheme to find defensive linemen, as you know, and we felt like we've really landed 3 top-notch defensive linemen. Linebackers, we have 3. 2 kind of outside guys that can really run, and I'll get into that when you ask me about them. And 1 middle backer, like a Mike backer, that's really tenacious inside and does a really good job playing tackle to tackle. The DB is a tremendous athlete. He's a corner, and he started off as a high school quarterback. They wanted to get the ball to him even more, so they got him in the running game, had him in slot, had him all over the place, and he has great credentials as well. And we have a real fine free safety from just up the road in Bethel Park, coached by a former Mountaineer and Brad Matheny. So that's the 17 guys. And again, we're very excited about that. Pretty much all really top-notch students, so we're probably better off than any of my other years with where they are academically. So I feel good about that, of all 17 guys. Here now on campus, and have been since January semester began, we have 2 quarterbacks, and I will talk about those guys because they probably are not on your list. One is Brian Athey. You've heard about him and written about him, many of you. Big guy, as is the other young man, Paul Millard. Brian's from up in the Wisconsin area, and Paul's down in Texas. Both big, tall guys that can throw the ball, get it all over the place, and we're really excited about these 2 quarterbacks that are here now. 2 DBs. And Avery Williams and Vance Roberts. We're excited about them. They're here, so David Lockwood can immediately begin once training gets underway with the agility drills, which will soon come, which I'll go over that if you need to hear a little bit about our plans. And then certainly he'll be able to start spring ball with them. So we're excited about those 2 DBs. A linebacker that can really run. Came out of the JUCO, and Josh Francis is his name, and has a lot of speed, a lot of length, really makes great plays, and I really believe gives us some great edge pressure, which will help us immensely in our scheme. He's a lot like many we've had in the past that can come out on the edge and rush and create havoc with quarterbacks or some big tackle trying to block him. So we're excited about Josh Francis. Then we have a running back in Bernard Roberts, and we're excited to see him play as well. So we have 6 here now. Going on a breakdown of these guys, as I said, the linemen, as you can see, beginning with the first one there, alphabetical. He's a big, tall young man, Russell Houghton James, and he's really a long-armed guy that we look for in a tackle, tremendous feet. Then going into Brandon Jackson, a young man out of Lakewood St. Ed's, a really, really great program, big, strong youngster. That's going to be a guard. Justin Johnson, whom you all know, is another local youngster down in Parkersburg. He and Cody Clay are the 2 West Virginians we have. and we look for big things out of Justin. Good feet, can run, has a brother here, Josh Jenkins, very much like Josh. I tease Josh all the time. He's got better feet, better athleticism, and he's probably tougher. Josh doesn't like that, but he'll learn to live with it. And then Marquise Lucas, a big long-arm youngster out of Miami Central, and we sure like what he brings. Great length, great pass blocker, tremendous feet. Tight ends, Cody Clay, as I mentioned earlier, good ball skills, could grow and get big, maybe a lineman someday. We just don't know. He has a lot of upside to him. Our two running backs, we're very excited to have Dustin Garrison, you see out of Pearland, Texas. Man, he gets the ball, his water bug, gets it and goes. Tremendous stats, great hands, and great mobility. A lot like the guys we've had in the past. And then certainly our last running back, Andrew Bowie, out of the Jacksonville area, and at Trinity Christian. And again, tremendous stats, a great player, and has a lot of very much potential, much like the guys we've had in the past. So that's the offensive guys, very brief. On defense, as I said, the three linemen, big, strong-looking guys, girthy guys. Ben Bradley out of Norcross, Georgia, tremendous inside player. We think he can be a nose and fit very well in this scheme. Has great size, great explosion, has a chance to be a real good one. The other two defensive linemen, other than Ben Bradley, Kyle Rose, what can you say about a guy that has the athleticism he has? A tremendous wrestler, was really, really high at the 215-pound, and then wrestled heavyweights. He's done everything, and he's really devoted a lot to football this year because he wanted to be a collegiate football player with hopefully a future even down the road. And then the last defensive lineman, Shaq Rowe, out of the Cleveland-Glenville program. He's been at Iowa Western, and boy, what a peach of a kid. He's just a special guy. I love being in his home. He had a brother that played out at Iowa and played very, very well for Iowa. He brings a lot to the table. The three linebackers, Jared Barber, as I said, we have a guy who goes from tackle to tackle, and boy, he really pitchforks, comes downhill, should be a real asset to our 3-3 stack. Then the outside guys, Isaiah Bruce is a 300-meter state champ in Florida, 300 meters. That tells you how he can run. Look at his size, and to have that kind of track speed is really exciting. He, again, fits in that mode we've had in the past with edge guys that can create havoc. Just guys that can make plays in space. And that's really hard to find. You know, a guy can make plays in space, can cover backs and take on tight ends and things like that. The last linebacker, Shaq Petaway, I call him a local guy. He's from over at Steubenville, 10'8", a young man we had in camp. Supposedly a 4.4, 4.5 40, and when you run a 10-800 meters, that about registers right. So we're really excited to have Shaq, and he brings a lot to the table as well with his speed, athleticism, the way he can cover, long length, make plays off the edge. Where am I at? DBs. Terrell Chestnut has so many accolades, much like the Bowie youngster, brings in a lot of credentials. He can play, again, high school quarterback, high school running back, high school slot, high school receiver, return man, and we're very excited about what Terrell brings. And then Nicky Kwiatkowski played for Jeff Matheny, and I like what he was in camp. I really like what he brings to the table. He's a big guy, a rangy guy, and Jeff Matheny just raved about his work habits. So those are the guys, the 17 right there. The young men we have, as I said, already here now, those 6. We're really pleased with the progress we've heard. We've been on the road, haven't got to see them work much, but I know they're fitting in very well academically. We're trying to, make sure they get off on the right foot so the grades are coming out of the blocks that they do well. And it's a tough transition for young men to come in here in January. But the two DBs, again, I'm Avery Williams and Vance Roberts. I'm very, very excited about them. They can give us immediate help, and I know Locke's very excited about them as well. Linebacker Josh Francis is another edge guy, fast, run, a lot of length, makes plays. We've been on him for quite some time. Followed his progress not only from high school, but into the JUCO ranks. So he's going to be exciting. I think Josh Francis will really add to what we've had here in the past. And then a running back, Bernard Roberts, had a storied career over at Dunbar High School. Great competition in the D.C. area. A lot of speed, good ball skills, a little muscular guy, makes plays in space. Again, much like the guys we've had. So that's it in a nutshell. 17 signees, 6 we have here now.